If that was to be the case, I'd get a little more concerned.
Because they are the biggest talent factory in the world, but
Indeed they are. So I feel like I maybe just have to hit
on the spell book. They don't see this. They
boy.
they do need to. Well, they do have flashes. Can they get a wall stun? Unlikely.
Can they shove about back though? Yeah. Little trade doesn't lead to all that much. A fun idea from Palkia that doesn't really lead to too much more. But actually, the Arc of Judgment hitting allows about to be chunked out. Leave now forcing an Arc of Ruin because he hits level 6, gets the flash. It's an extended play, but it works out.
And that's why Leaf didn't immediately. That movement is what Grounding is worried about, basically. You're not able to hang on, connects with the ultimate.
Blind Fire comes on in with the quickness, but it will not be enough. Flash away to keep out from under the turret. Palkia needs to back away, but doesn't take an additional turret shot. Nice from Xiao Hao.
Just exploded! The burst is gone! That's the jungle support coming through, and this is one of the reasons why we're seeing more Ambessa jungle. Some teams prioritize it very, very heavily, and you understand why. Ambessa, even from the jungle role with less gold than a top lane position, can just one-shot a carry.
Leave doesn't actually have all that much to work with here as the Chains of Corruption comes on down. We forced to cleanse, got a little bit nervous. Looking to see whether EDG can convert the early start to something a bit more cube. Opportunity of the early Renekton shove to get another plate there. That's a nice start for Cube. Oh, bot lane. Let's get jumped on with Palkia behind, denying easy options out, shoving to his own Cataclysm wall. Is Monkey Shockwave on 2. Nice denial. Karis still goes on forward. Looking to threaten that one. Gets the kill. Very nicely done.
Karis, slick on the Akali. It's become bread and butter for him, really. He picks it when it's available. And you know, we were saying, well, you know, they first pick the Varus. Don't you first pick the Orianna? I remember this happening in Demacia Cup now, too, where they would just let the Orianna go over so they can pick the Akali into it. Karis is happy with the matchup, gets his first kill participation. Although WE can't stick around the bot river to take the dragon afterwards.
Honestly, I thought
the thing about the Gunblade is that it's good in burst trades too, right? The slow so you can get that E on target means that you can absolutely go into like the Rift Maker second or whatever. Quite scary actually. Q max Jarvan with one item. Should be quite scary there. Xiao Hao a little behind an XP, jumping onto, wow.
Oh, blind look maxing here as Palkia goes over the wall to no avail. Actually, he's going towards Xiao Hao. I see the thought process there. They're now pretty deep. Angel roaming over. I've got Karis around though, so this will be a 3v2 at best. And Xiao Hao's kind of caught in the middle of two members there. Will be forced to Drakehound step away with a Lacerator.
I think Palkia thought there was no vision over the wall, so the dung wouldn't come through. There was a ward in there. Leave will successfully recall. So he won't be on the chopping block for their academy team. Herion would be able to tell us, actually. We're back to Star Wars references. Eventually, you list. Look, if a game goes long enough, we will somehow make our way back. Well, they choose not to. You know that they basically had to finally say, oh, if you're voting on the Oscars, by the way, you can watch the films. Yeah. Palkia's going to punt him out. I think he's still dead. Palkia's been punished quite a lot in this game so far.
Has and WE, the skirmishing power we saw with all of this mobility in the follow-up potential, very, very strong. Karis gets his first kill. Gunblade off to the races. Bot side, though, at least Herald is dropped. There will be a cross.
Remember, the first turret does give bonus gold now, too. They take that. Angel can ride that into the end of the turret, looks like, too. So get a little extra gold there from 2 plates coming through so far. Do they get the third? Should do, isn't it? Probably get a third plate down there. Yes, they do just about. On the other side, though, Karis finishes off the full top lane out the turret.
Next dragon spawning about 15 seconds, and EDG are on the bot side of the map. Karis isn't there, doesn't have ult. I don't know how easy it would be to actually fight with dragon should they so choose. Smite onto the bomb, secures it for Monkey, but again means the smite won't necessarily be up. Get the burst out, that little bit of HP building. Makes some sense to me, still be a decent amount of damage threat. Dragon started, WE on it.
Xiao Hao can always ult into the pit if he wants to go for a smite steal. They can also go for the Ambessa. Well, the ball's on him. Watch out for the Orianna Ambessa combo.
Comes the exhaust, Palkia continuing to threat, but I don't know how much he's going to do. There's that TP, the Ambessa ult goes wide, flash on him from Yaya with the quickness, gets the knock, needs to back away, about now in danger himself. That's a bit far, EDG the teleport, will Pathmaker away, oh no WE, that is not how you team fight.
There was just no peel for about. The rest of the team not able to peel for the Varus. ZDC's all out is now down. Presses W. Monkey takes some damage, but that is not a tanky Cassandra. He's gone into squishy mode.
Will have indeed done that. Will get the Q3 pullback. Flash from Karis looking to get the back lane. Does have that Gunblade auto to come on through as well. Xiao Hao now in danger. Another bit of that perfect execution. Misses his Shuriken flip, but still gets on top of Lead, who gets knocked up by the Grand Entrance. Much better from WE at the back end of the play.
However, during that play, the Shockwave did kill Monkey, so get Jungler down as well. Full kill count is what, 2 for... The guy's an absolute legend of the scene. But he's still retained. Pretty good individual form. Dragon started again.
Q3 gets that pattern forwards, trying to be that front line. Nice steadfast presence. Karras goes in and immediately gets grounded in place. Public execution wide once more. It was a little bit of an ambitious one, but still. Come on, Xiaohao.
Not sure if that was just out of vision there at the end of it. There was water in the tri-brush. Great combo. Get absolutely poppied. Angel caught out now, though.
Flashes away. Steadfast presence to prevent Yao Yao getting into the back end of it all. Angel looking to punish potential rotation. Will be forced to burn the flash, but does allow Leave to get the turret, I think, as a result of the play around that pixel bush.
So Dragon kill turret. Really good social media metrics go. Potential jump over the wall here. Angel does not have a flash. Karras is coming over. Shockwave does actually stop the first part of the ultimate. It won't stop the second one. Karras is trying to ult out. Now he's behind the turret. Karras is going to die for this, so it will end up being 1 for 1 after... Hang on a second. Very nearly a 2 for 1. The E landing was nasty, and Gunblade Shadow Flame does a lot of work. Does Monkey die for it too? This could end up being extended. 1 for 2. Monkey jumps onto Palkia. It's not going to help him. 1 for 2. WE go way too deep. Now, what this does mean is that there's going to be a turret fully taken in mid lane, so WE do get something else for it. Suppose that means it's an even trade. Tower equal to a kill, arguably strict. EDG taking top lane turret. So we've had a couple of tower trades. We had mid lane. Palkia. The Akali E. Karras has not enjoyed playing against this Poppy. No surprise. Smite onto El Scutel. And Monkey... Wow, Monkey is just not allowed to play. He's just not allowed to play. Fire Assault comes through. Damage onto Xiaohao. It's not enough, though. Your jungler's dead. Jungler's dead a minute before Dragon. You'll lose that one. Do they look for a bigger fight? Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Leave. Runs forwards. Can you get an extra slow? No. About will be able to escape. EDG, take 1 kill. I mean, there's 30 seconds till Dragon. It's a bit of damage down to him. Yao Yao. Looking for a something around the side. Cube goes into the pit immediately. Wall suddenly immediately punts it out. Well, there goes the crocodile. No contest from Cube. He has to teleport in. Cube, my dude, the objective's gonna be gone. Smite it away. Cube into the play again. Shockwave whiff. That's 1 dead from the side of EDG already as Yunara goes down. So AD carry out of the equation. EDG, can they get themselves a retreat? Well, that's 2 dead for them now. That's definitely not going to help. We said it was going to be risky. It seems like we've been proven right. Karras has himself the E. It's on target. Arrow comes through. Karras doesn't follow it back. 3 out right now. Varasol hitting and it'll lock down that jungler, who dies for the attempt. 4 dead now. Monkey does not have the dunk. He won't be able to close down the 5th. EDG, it was a mistake to go to Baron. And funnily enough, didn't we just call that out? It looks like that was fairly obvious. EDG lose their AD carry. Leave died. And that's going to be 2 turrets. How much? Hang on a second. How much else did they lose? Did they lose the inhibitor? It won't be the game. Quite impressive player. In fact, actually, he destroyed Team WE in the Knights Rival stage, I believe it was, actually. To knock them out of last year. It's not Demacia Cup Monkey anymore. Monkey's had a mixed game. Of course, playing into the Poppy, pretty difficult. But on the whole, he's been very impactful, as we expect Monkey to be, I suppose. Dragon started up, would be 3rd Dragon, 3D Chi. Oh, Q dodges out the Shockwave. Angel, it's another whiff. It's another whiff, and now suddenly the Shockwave threat is gone. Palkia has his ult. Can he use that to change the equation? Looks like WE just don't want to contest. I think they're afraid of the Poppy ultimate, amongst other things, I suppose. And even with a whiff for the Seekers, going towards the full death cap instead, though, not going towards the Zhonya's completion right now. It looks hard for Akali to play. How does he turn the tide? Get a good flank. Oh, come on, stream goes black. If you want yourselves an official broadcast, you're going to have to make some noise. We don't have these kinds of pauses anymore. About fires an arrow over the wall. Poppy is dead again. Karras goes golden. Uses that Seekers he's been saving up. Angel has himself a Shockwave. Karras does have his ultimate. Does miss the E. Again, this is what you get with a bootleg. Oh, Monkey. Yeah, well, that's the follow-up. Monkey is deleted. Monkey C, Monkey gone. Dead jungler. No objectives up right now, but you really don't want to be losing members like that so easily. Good punish by the Shockwave, and then Xiaohao. heal from EDG. Well, hang on, that's a good ult onto Monkey. If they can get rid of the engage, it changes the equation. The Renekton punted out, the jungler dead. Remember, with the objectives coming up, and him dead for 50 seconds. They gave team-wide buffs, and then they've taken them away. Dragon spawning will be soul for EDG if they get it. Yam, half HP. Remind it. Whoever finds the first engage and gets some damage onto the backline probably wins. Well, actually, no, EDG don't need damage onto the backline. Few caught out. Late game Renekton, not the tankiest. A lot of damage onto him. Leave great damage onto him too, though. Now that means that Akali can 100% destroy him. Monkey looking for an angle. Great damage from about onto him. That might win them the dragon. Yeah, I don't think it's safe to fight this now. Yeah, walking over. EDG might go for a smite fight, but guys, you're not doing it with your AD carry. Stop this recall. Jumping forwards, and that's good damage onto him. About will one-shot the Yunara, but the dragon goes to WE. They miss the smite to EDG. They go for the fight. They lose the objective, and they're going to lose, what, 2-3 members? WE get a huge chunk onto the Yunara, thanks to about Tavares, and now position now where they can start wrangling the map. Baron to WE. All 5 members. His presence felt. Good chunk onto Leave in that last fight, as we were saying, winning them the situation. More poke onto Angel there was quite potent too. Varus ultimate. Well, just speaking well about. And, that was less good. This is that one, but whatever. It's a bit of a free play. It's the end of the Baron buff. No, it wasn't. We got middle left of it. I don't know if it's because there was a timer on the other side of the screen going down as well. Not timer, kill feed thing. Them changing the overlay has really messed with some of my instincts for watching this stuff. Okay, quick reload of the stream. That happens. So we jump forwards very briefly here. There you go. Oh my god. Arrow onto the again. Look at that work from the bow. It's genuinely very impactful. Palkia caught out again. All coming through from Cube. Monkey jumping forwards. And because, well, the Yunara's gone back, there's no damage. They just chunked out the Yunara, so they're not there for the fight. If you're going to recall your AD carry, you have to make sure you're safe. Yunara now comes in, but he's melee range of a Renekton. Melee range of the Renekton. And WE dive in and mince up EDG. From a very dominant game to objective mistakes, EDG have only themselves to blame for this game as WE clutch out, punishing the mistakes. There'll be a teleport back in towards the Nexus. EDG, this one's on them. WE clean up the game around some big objective fights, and they'll take game 1 of the series in a matchup we had considered them underdogs.